All right, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Ramzie from Snubb Magazine. I'm the editor-in-chief, and today we have a very special guest. Usually on the sit down, I don't usually introduce the guests. What I do is I have the guests introduce themselves, just because I want to know what they would say if they just had to walk up to somebody and introduce themselves to somebody. So, without further ado, go ahead and tell the people who don't know already who you are.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Suni and Mep, rapper, songwriter, newly actress. Little bit of everything, honestly. And I feel like I got my hands in everything. I do production as well, like film production. So yeah, but my top three, rapper, songwriter, actress. You know what I mean? What's happening? Influencer now. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely. Well, thank you so much for just chatting with us today. It's an honor, privilege. I love when good energy comes in the room. I can see it already. So that's already a plus right there. I tell my guests too, like, I don't want an interview. I like conversation because I think it's more raw and more to the point. It's a flow that goes with it. Interviews to me are like boring. Definitely. Right. So tell us how it all began for you. Like, where did, I saw that it said that you're from the west side of Atlanta.
I'm talking about west side.
Now, wait, because I know some people from the west. Now, listen, what part of the west side are you from now? Because I'm about to ask you, dog.
Look, I'm from Adderville, you feel me?
Oh, okay, yeah, you over there, yeah. What's crazy is I used to work at the West End Mall a long time ago.
Oh, word?
Yeah. That was
you're a real one, boy. You was the West End, boy. Ain't nothing the West End for real.
It's crazy out there. Yes. Yeah. The West End area, yeah, Mechanicsville area, that whole.
Oh no, that's what's up. Let me find out.
But anyway, yeah. So, like, how did your upbringing go? And what was it like for you? Was this something that you always wanted to do, or was this something that was implemented into you?
This was something I always wanted to do for sure. Like, ever since I was like 7 years old, that's when it really sparked in me. That's when I said my first rap. That's when I really started paying attention to what music moved me, versus whether it was on the radio or records my parents were playing. And, my mom, she's pretty much like a fashion model icon. She was a part of the Battle of Versailles in 1973. So, okay. One of the Black models to be a part of that, and it was only 10 of them. So, just growing up, and I didn't really notice how that definitely could have, pushed me in the direction I am now. Just growing up, seeing, my mom in magazines and stuff like that, and just seeing all her accolades around the house. This just seemed normal. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely, like I said, definitely born within as well as implemented as well, because I definitely studied the culture from like middle school up and still studying, always a student. So definitely I was born with it, you feel what I'm saying? The West Side, man. And just being in Atlanta, it's just such a thriving city, and it was always something going on. Like, we moved to Atlanta the year the Olympics was. So, like, it's just very big shit going on. You know what I mean? Right. Just being involved and around that definitely helped shape the person as well as artist I am today.
Definitely. I always tell people all the time, like, when you go to the South, it's just, when you live there, it's just a different vibe we have, like the whole from how we do things, how we welcome people when they come a certain way. And then when you grow up in the South, it's also a different vibe, the way that, it's a culture. It's a really.
It definitely is. Definitely is. You get it. You know what I mean? You.
Yeah. Look. People be like, "Oh, he's saying he from." No, I'm not from Atlanta. Like, I lived there.
Yeah, he was in there.
But I was in the part where everybody, you know what it's like over there. So.
Oh, I know what it's like. Lord have mercy.
Right. But so I'm gonna fast forward to something. We have a show out right now.
Yes.
What was it like for you, the moment that you actually saw it on TV? Not the moment that you were on set yet, because I'm gonna go back to that question. But what was that moment? Because I feel like there's two different energies that happened in those moments. But what was it like for you when you actually saw it come into fruition on the screen?
it was like, you know, I always seen myself on TV ever since I was a kid, you know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, damn, like you really out here, you know what I mean? Like you really did this, you know what I'm saying? You really stuck to the plan, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and hard work smart. It was just beautiful, man. Definitely made me like drop a little thug tip. Because it's just like you work so hard for moments like this. And I definitely wanted to make sure that I lived in the moment versus trying to take advantage of the moment. Let me do this, let me do that, let me do that. So, you know, other than throwing my event, I really took time to like a week and a half where I just chilled and really lived in the moment. I watch it every day. I start my day off watching it, you feel me? So like I said, it's beautiful, it's surreal. It's just like knowing I'm going in the right direction, you know what I mean? Paying attention to where, you know, the blessings are coming from, coming in at, you know what I mean? Because, you know, just being an artist, sometimes you don't really think to attack certain avenues. You try, you know, you can't put yourself in a box so easily. So, just, you know, staying aligned and just watching it, just like, whew, just dreams come true, man. That's honestly what the feeling was. Dreams can and will come true as long as you continue to work hard, work smart. You know?
Right, definitely. And watching it is also like paying homage to females before and present. You know, like when I hear certain things come on and I'm like, okay, they're like, you know, they pay homage to the females before, before, and then all of a sudden it hits a current situation, and then you're like, okay, like how it's all tied in. And Issa did a great job with the way she pieced it together.
I mean, honestly, she did an amazing job. You got every type of female rapper on there. You got the woke female rapper, you got the ratchet female rapper, you got, you know, me, the gay female rapper, you got the white female rapper. She really did an amazing job with telling the story, and it's truly a blessing. The first thing I am a part of, you know, as far as my television debut is on a show that's, you know, dedicated to female rappers. Like, what? You can't get no better than that. And I'm playing myself, performing my music. It was just beautiful, man. Tear-jerking moments for sure.
Definitely. So when you were on set now, getting ready for that moment, because I think a lot of times, sometimes, like you even hit something that I sometimes have to do when I'm on set, when I'm like working with, you know, different celebrities or whatever it is. Sometimes you're in work mode. You're not ever thinking like, really in this space until someone comes up to you and be like, oh, you're in this space, because you've been grinding so much. You never see it. So what was those moments for you when you were walking in, they were getting you ready for your part?
I mean, I just felt amazing, honestly. I mean, it was hot as hell. Let me say that. That was my first time being in Miami, so it was hot. It's hot. I just was not expecting it to be that hot. I was hitting my friends like, girl,
what is
tell me it was hot. Like I stayed in the room up until it was time for me to shoot. Then it was in the midst of COVID, so it's like I'm gonna fuck around and catch COVID, then I lose my opportunities. I was glued in the room, just chilling. I brought my, you know, equipment, and I made a couple songs while I was in there. And but from beginning to end, from the flight, you know what I mean, first time in first class, shout out to Issa, you know what I mean? It was amazing. I did not know they was gonna give me the food with everything. He was like, do you want some? I was like, no. I was like, oh girl, you're fine. Oh, okay, yeah, bring it on. Matter of fact, bring a steak, goddammit. But I mean, everybody on set was beautiful, so nice, from the PAs to the makeup to the directors, of course, the showrunner Sarita, director of my episode was Sade. She was amazing. Everybody was just so sweet, so nice, and they knew how to give the direction needed to, you know, get the shot. So it was beautiful. I mean, Issa is surrounded by beautiful team with beautiful people doing amazing things, especially being a Black woman, just witnessing. It was a lot. It was really a Black crew. And, you know, that's very rare to see nowadays sometimes, but not anymore. You know what I'm saying? We breaking the mold. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, amazing, everything. And I filmed a lot of behind the scenes, and I'm working on a documentary right now that I will be releasing, like exclusive behind the scenes and how I was feeling, you know, going detail in that moment, you know what I mean? And I was looking back at it, definitely, like I said, tear-jerking moments, because you work so hard and for these moments, and when they finally come into fruition, it just reminds you to continue to go and go harder and go smarter, and just stay in line and stay focused, and you get anything you want, you know?
Definitely. Now let's talk about the music. The fun part of it too.
Yes.
Now, there's one thing I listen to everybody, and I heard one of your songs, Late Night. Now, I felt like there should have been more. I was like, give me more. Like in the video, I was like, come on, like, because it's giving me. I'm gonna tell you, it gives me a Missy and Tim feel.
Yo, you are like the third, fourth, fifth person to tell me that. And when I heard it, I felt that energy come out of me too. Because Timbaland and Missy was definitely my inspiration in a lot of ways. They're like, especially being younger, they was like top tier. Hot Boys by Missy and everything definitely, shaped the artist and person I am today, seeing those type of videos. So yeah, everybody say they would say it was.
When I heard the beat, like right when the beat came in, I was like. Okay.
Yeah,
you played around now, and then you only gave us like 2-something minutes. I was like, oh man, come on now.
But the song,
but it was really good.
Thank you. Like that's one of my favorite songs too. Shout out to Mo Diggity. He produced it. That was like, was it his first time in LA? I think it was, and it was when I first moved out here. And the session originally it wasn't for me; it was for artists I was working with at the time. So it was for artists I was working with at the time, but they actually didn't show to the session. They, getting lit. And so I was sitting in the studio. I was like, well, shit, they ain't coming. Play some beats. I'm gonna just go ahead and do. It was late night, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the lyrics just flowed. As soon as I heard the beat, it brought something different out of me because I typically don't, go for that sound or go for that beat.
Right.
I don't want to say go for it, but I typically don't. It just brought beast mode. The beats always determine to me what the song is going to be, you know what I mean? Because sound is frequency, so whatever frequency that song on is what's going to pull out of me. And I guess that Missy, you feel what I'm saying, came out and it just flowed. I made that song so quick. I was tired. My voice was a little different because it was late. It was literally like 2 a.m. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do something real quick because we got the time. I hate to waste studio time. It's right. I gotta put something out. So yeah, that song came about and I was just like, yo, this shit hard. I was listening to it. I was like, I'm dropping this.
Yeah, that was just one of the songs. But like when I heard it, I'm gonna definitely bring that up because it was like, when you hear like when you hear a real creative do something, when they're like, you're like, whoa, like you stepping into another territory with this.
Yeah, man.
Like you coming in a different route. And so like how are you inspired by your music? Like what is something that you do to get you prepared? Or is there one thing that you focus on when you do it? Some people focus on money, power, sex. Some people talk about their life situation that they go through, whatever it may be. But what is that inspiration for you, and what do you like to generally go for?
Honestly, like I said, really, it's up to the beat. Honestly, with me, we all pretty much big on energy, especially once we all figured out the power of it. So whatever the beat pulls out of me is really what it does. It's it could be, I'd be like, and it'll like make me think of a memory or something, or maybe a conversation and stuff like that. Or maybe I may be feeling myself. But that late night, I was feeling myself. I was doing that late. Goddamn, that was like when the land of the gold with a mouth full of gold. That's game. So, or it could be just the name of the beat. You feel what I'm saying? That definitely could play a part because I do like to pull from things and create what I feel like is magic. You feel what I'm saying? That's how Easy Money came about. The name of the beat was Easy Bread. So I was like, all right, Easy Money. I was getting some money. You feel what I'm saying? It was a good time. You feel me? So I was like, oh, and I was like, that song, like, I had just moved to LA, and that was the first song I made when I moved out to LA, Easy Money. So I had just moved out to LA. I was binge watching a lot of Insecure, and I originally made the song because I wanted to get it placed on Insecure. And then when I found out, God is amazing. That's what I say.
You were speaking it before it happened.
Exactly, like whatever energy you create these songs with, it really comes to fruition because and it's never your plan, it's always God's plan. Because I made the song, I was binge watching a lot of Insecure, and I was like, okay, I see why she picks the type of song she picks. They real bouncy, it's real LA-ish, you know what I mean? I've been to LA, but I never lived in LA, so living in it just really made me absorb, the vibe of the city and shit like that. So got the beat, and I was like, all right, bet. I was like, yo, this is some bouncy shit, you feel what I'm saying? So I made the record. it. And then I was like, I was going back and I was tagging the hell out of Issa in this song. You feel what I'm saying? And it's that energy, like I said, when I create, I was like, yo, I want to create something insecure. I want to get a song placed on there. So, like I said, it's always a bigger plan, though. I'm thinking just getting the song placed and boom, I'm on the next show. So, I mean, energy does not lie at all. So,
and then you went viral with your music too. I mean, it's on TikTok. People were
man. Like I said, yo, people they got a little dance. You know what I mean? I let people admit it, but my memory, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the construction. I realized I was like, yo, the construction community, they eating it up. Like, right. I was like, it looked hard. I'm thinking construction work is hard.
Right.
Them niggas laying back easy money. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to switch. I'm targeting dancing and the kids and shit.
Right.
Like, the hit, and it's the easiest money ever made. So yeah.
Definitely. Being in this game, is there anybody that, like, you know for a fact that like you would love to do a collaboration with, or something that you would like, you know what, that's another goal of mine, so that's something that I want to run after?
I love producers. Like, they are amazing to me. Primarily because I can't make beats, you know, and I don't make beats. I only attempted like one time in life when I was in college, and then I went to school for audio production. We had to make a beat, but it was horrible. Like, nah. So I would love to collaborate with, you know, Timbaland, Missy, Pharrell for sure. Definitely want to collaborate with Pharrell. I know we will make some amazing stuff. I just know his vibe is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Like, Drake for sure. Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? That's my number one right there. Got to get the Wayne verse.
Now you talking down.
I gotta get a Wayne verse before it's all over. That's why I've been going hard, because it's like, damn, I wanted to meet Michael Jackson. Now, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm trying to meet these folks before it be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, you just never know when shit happens. So it's like, Nicki, definitely, like the whole YMCMB, I love them. They are definitely played a huge part of inspiration as far as my adult life. You know, when I was a child, it was Missy, Timbaland, Aaliyah, you know what I mean? The Fugees, Trina, for sure, Trina top tier. Like, she was one of the first female rappers I really heard, like, talk that shit at a young, you know, when you're young, I'm like, damn, of course I didn't know what the hell she was talking about, but you could just feel she was telling that nigga Trick Daddy something, that nan nigga, like, I can do like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You could just feel it.
Right.
But, like, I'm down to work with everybody that's cool. You know what I mean? That anybody want to work with me, honestly, you know what I mean?
I feel you. So we do a thing on here on the sit down where we ask 3 questions. The 3 questions they're the same question that we generally ask, but it's in our name snub, the number 3. Okay. So like I said, we like. I
like that. That cute. I see what you're doing there.
So the first question we ask is, what is 3 words that best describe who you are as an individual?
Yellow, bright, and sunny.
Why would you go with yellow?
That's just me, you know. It's I feel like that's my vibe, my aura for sure. And it took me a while to kind of realize that you know, I was doing the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, you know what I mean? Versus like, because like I said, it's been a dream since I was a kid, and yellow has always been my favorite color. So it's just like, you know, you see the smiley face, it's my logo right here, the sun with the smiley face. I used to have this dope smiley face book bag when I was a kid. So what I feel like my successes started when I just start like really approaching it from my childlike mind, especially when it comes to creating, and then let my adult mind take over as far as the business side of things. But, you know, because kids don't really overthink shit. Like I said, if I would have blew up as a child, I would have been yellowed out, smiley face everywhere, boom, boom, boom. So, you know, you gotta sometimes pull from that versus, you know, you're an adult, you tend to overthink a lot of shit. Like, should I do this? It doesn't make sense. So it's like, I just had to separate, like, all right, when I'm creating, I just really need to go in there and be kid Sunny. When I'm handling my business, I need to make sure I am overthinking. These are things I need to overthink, never the creative process.
Definitely. And then I'm gonna go back to something else. How important to you is, you were talking about childhood and how you were thinking and all those things. How important is representation for you as an artist?
Amazing, honestly. That's why it's just super important, especially like when you're a kid, you gotta see yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It's very, very, very important. And it's important for people to see you it's like, yo, you know who you remind me of? Boo, boo, boo. I like growing up, every little light-skinned girl was like, you look like Raven Simone. I'd heard that shit growing up. I was like, then I got older, like, you know, my teenage years, it was like calling me Cleo because I had these two braids it all. Hey, but look, I'm buying that because whenever they doing this Set It Off remake, I'm going for
ready.
That. You know what I mean? I will beat Cleo. We'll throw these locks up in some braids real quick. You know what I'm saying? Give me a baddie that don't say nothing with the body. You know what I'm saying? Like I will be Cleo. So you know, just seeing yourself, and that's very important. So people seeing me before, you know, I seen myself, because I didn't really see Set It Off until I got like 17 years old. But people call me that my whole. I used to hate it, low key. Like, you look Queen Latifah. I used to be like, oh, look like me. Then I get old, I'm like, no, that's a beautiful woman. I'm glad they say I look like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely a compliment. Like, she's a fucking cover girl. You know what I'm saying? So what? Like, period. You feel me? So I hope, like, when people see me on TV, that, you know, I am a masculine presented woman, you know, just to make someone else feel comfortable to be themselves. Because when I did see Cleo, that's, like I said, I used to hate it, but when I finally watched Set It Off, I said, no, that is me. You feel what I'm saying? That is me. That's from the fucking braids to the demeanor to, you know, even Queen Latifah outside of that role, being a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a click. It really was a click, because that's when I really stopped being shy and really start pursuing it. Because it's like, if you don't see yourself, you just think, oh, you got to be this way, you got to look like this. And, you know, my mom, like I said, she was a model, so I'm thinking you got to be a bad bitch to really. I was funny looking for a minute. I looked very funny for a long time. You know what I mean? Them ugly years was whooping my ass for a minute. It humbled me, and I appreciate those ugly years, because everybody that was cute growing up, they ain't what it is.
I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, you know, for me, I was bullied my whole, like, when I was younger, like the big glasses, the buck teeth looking, like, it was a mess. And people, like, they'd be like, oh, my parents be like, oh, you look cute when you were little. Nah, like, y'all, look, who is this? Who is this?
Seriously, they'll never get it.
And then now you see people now that you like went to school where you like, oh, wait a minute now, like
not my crush. Like all my crushes look crushed.
Definitely. So the next thing I'm gonna ask you is the next question, which is, who would you want to be, past or present, for one day, and why would you want to be?
I want to be Chris Brown.
Okay. Why would you?
That nigga got a whole song and woke up in Chris Brown body. I think everybody want to be Chris Brown one day. Just give me one day of being Chris Brown. Beyonce, give me one day of being her for sure. And Kanye, I would definitely love to be Kanye. That seems like a very fun thing to be. Yeah, those are my top three. I'm gonna Snubb. I'm gonna give you three.
Definitely. And then for these three, the three combined questions, the last question for that is, you know, being in the industry, we have a lot of people that look at us, whether or not we know this. We could be on Instagram, people tagging us, people posting us in certain places we don't know. When we walk around into certain rooms, they're like, wait a minute, there goes da da da. What do you tell that individual that's looking at you and you're like, you know what, I want to get to that point. I want to get to that level where you're at right now, because right now you've already broke a ceiling that you had in your mind. But now, what do you tell that individual that's like, you're their role model, and what would you present to them?
I would just say, really do the research. You know what I mean? Really, the internet is an amazing thing. I got on the show off a DM. You feel what I'm saying? Like off of a DM. And that should just go and show, like, it was no acting class, it's no agency. It was nobody but me being up doing the research and just knowing what I want to do. And doing the research, honestly, that's from way back in the back. This is a guy I listen to called Earl Nightingale, and he, you know, if you want to be in the industry, you need to know everything about that industry. You feel what I'm saying? And music and film go hand in hand. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta have sound in film. You know what I mean? So it's like, just doing the research, like knowing, because you can hit a ceiling. And that's honestly what made me move to LA as well. I felt like I was in Atlanta, I reached my cap. You feel what I'm saying? And don't be scared to take risks or graduate yourself. This shit's like school. You feel what I'm saying? We so used to somebody saying, okay, you can go to the next level. You can go to the 8th grade now. You can go to the 9th grade. It's time to graduate. You got, and this shit, especially when you're doing it on your own, you have to say, okay, well, I want to be a book artist. I'm not doing open mics no more. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be the open mic artist no more. I want to get booked. I had to constantly upgrading myself. Like, okay, well, I want to get paid for things now, so I'm not going to be outside as much. I'm not going to be as visible as, you know what I mean? It's like you're going to have to pay to see me type shit. So it's just constantly doing the research and constantly upgrading yourself and graduating yourself to the next level. You feel me? And like I said, I feel like at Atlanta, I reached my cap. I met everybody that I felt like if they wanted to put me in a position, they would have, you feel me? And the people that did help out while I was there, they, you know, pushed me to the next level as well. And, you can feel like you're, you know, pretty much on the treadmill going nowhere fast. So it's just constantly finding new ways to fall in love with this shit. Because if you don't, you would definitely fall out of love with it. I got into songwriting because I was kind of getting, like I said, I was like, damn, what else is there to do as far as my music? I don't have a budget, you know, I'm not signed. So it's like, what can I do to make myself go to the next level? It's not like it's a machine behind me doing the work, but you know what I mean? A lot of people think I'm signed now. That's why I know I'm doing good shit. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. It's just God. It's just me and God. Me and God right here.
And you know, a lot of people, I tell people all the time, like, if you don't have the passion for this industry, it's not for you. Because there'll be days that you may not know what you're going to eat next. There may be days where you're going to live next.
Let me tell you. People be thinking, you know what I mean? I do have a beautiful house in LA, but this shit is, making the money I hate to keep it's a grind. People want to hang out. I don't have time to hang out, nigga. My rent is this much. I need to be working every day. I find out how to get a check, especially being an entrepreneur. One day you can have an amazing day, amazing week. Then next thing you know, you drive for like 3 weeks. You go,
you have something like the pandemic, or you have the pandemic hit, and then you're like, oh God, let me reinvent myself.
You feel me? Like, Lord have mercy.
But all right, so with that all being said, what is next for you? What are you? Is there anything you could say that you're working on? You've talked about film and directing, like going in that route, which is crazy because I'm an actual media, television, film student. That I graduated from Howard. So
okay, the real HU.
So right, tell the people you already know. Thank you. But no, like I understand like everything you're talking with that. So I get that. So what route do you want to go next? Is there something you can speak about? What's next for you?
Like I said, I'm really diving head first in this acting for sure. That's like becoming one of my top priorities. I'm definitely about to start taking acting classes. Just so I like to perfect my craft, especially when I choose to, dabble in or put myself in there. But Lena Way, follow me back. Shout out to Lena. So we've been DMing. You know what I'm saying? Watch this.
Make it happen.
And I got a project coming out with Billboard charting female producer Tasha Couture, and can't really speak on too much of that, but it's gonna be a great situation for sure. And honestly, man, just putting my best foot forward and also working hard and just leaving room for God to do his part. You know what I mean? We need to work culture that we forget it. You also need to rest and leave a little bit of room for God to do his work. Because like I said, with the whole easy money thing, like I'm saying, I was shooting for, Insecure just to get a little placement. And when I hit the music supervisor up, I was just hitting her up to go to the writing camps. You feel what I'm saying? And it's always a bigger plan. So just leave room for God to work as well with you, because it's a team effort for sure. And just stay focused. And sometimes you got to stay isolated to do that. So, hone in on your shit for sure. It's a lonely road to the top. You feel me? It is. Absolutely. And you got to stay away from distractions. But sometimes dabbling in distractions, because it makes good stories and good content. You do got to live a little. You know what I'm saying? That's when you take your rest and you be on your fuck shit. You feel what I'm saying? Take your rest and you go live a little bit, go get it some stuff, go start some drama, get messy, and then come back and reset and write it all down.
Definitely. Well, look, Sunny, it was a pleasure to speak with you. This was like a great interview. I enjoyed this. Like this.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I had a great time.
But tell people where they can find you at so we can have follow you, and hopefully soon we may see you in person or something, or when you even
I know, right?
to higher heights or something, and you dropping some even more hotter shit. You know where to find us.
You hear me? Yes. We definitely gonna have to get back up because it's gonna be way more premieres, way more movies, big movies, big hits, all this stuff. So yeah, definitely. You guys can follow me on Instagram and on everything pretty much Suni MF, and that's SUNIMF. On Instagram is Suni.mf. So yeah, I had to put a little period right there. Just go to my website, www.sunimf.com, and yeah, you can definitely stay up to date with everything. It's some amazing things going on. So hey, follow now because I may follow you back because I don't know.
Yeah, like you don't know nobody after.
You know, I'm trying to protect my energy ratio.
Well, again, thank you so much for this. We had a great interview, and you're always welcome at Snub whenever.
Thank you, man. What city you in again?
Right now, we in DC, but we always, like, when it's time for our shoots, we travel from DC to Atlanta to LA, and then we're getting ready to hit some stuff in Chicago and New York. So we just moving. So
definitely. Well, next time I'm in DC, my mom, she's from DC. I definitely.
Okay. Definitely. Well, you have a great night. All right.
You too, man. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you. Peace. Thank you.